kind of inside the top 8. You're happy if Peterbot is the guy causing destruction. He's already qualified. It doesn't really matter unless he's taking you out directly, as he'll open up the standings just a little bit more. So if anything, you want him to take out that immediate competition. But jumping into the mix of things, I mean, we haven't really seen him push this far in, and it's almost as if he's trying to show the world, like, hey, I want to win this tournament. So he's fighting Sphinx and Muzz now.
Yeah, it's not just about qualifying. It's not just about the prize money. That's the thing about Peterbot. He wants to be the best. He wants to beat the best. He's constantly going and putting himself in these situations where he has full control over his own destiny, but he put himself in a little bit of a tight spot here. Muzz on the one side, Sphinx on the other. You got a whole nother team on the outskirts, and they do clean up that elimination. Peterbot possibly biting off more than he can chew, but it's no worries, no risk at all. He's going to get that free reboot back at Slurpee with Pollo.
You know what? Muzz and Sphinx, you got to give them all the credit in the world, holding it down, not really losing their composure. And they must have been going through their mind like, wait a second, this guy's moving different. Like, he's not moving the way Cooper and the others are. As Peterbot likes to say, he is a gap above the rest. But nonetheless, there, you love to see that competitiveness come out there. And again, he's always going to show us he wants to win tournaments no matter what, even if he's qualified, even if, you know, it's a lot less money than some of the other tournaments he's taken in the past.
Yeah, it's just bragging rights, just calling yourself the best in the world season after season, year after year. And especially going all the hype into the global championship, how it all shake down. We got a full year ahead of just constant action just like this. But Reet and Veno are able to get an elimination onto Rapid. He's going a little bit too far away from that steamy spot that we know where he picks up a lot of his early game eliminations. So already a lot of players changing things up here.
Back with Javi and Hobo, they're on the move right now. Lockdown, Lighthouse here getting a bit of action up against Noah, but on the other side, Pollo secures a very important elimination here onto Ritual, who was trying to fight for the slurp truck, and Pollo's like, nah, bruh, nobody's getting that. He's gonna go ahead and break it there just to remove it. And that just probably tells me he's gonna be leaving the drop here shortly, but back on over to Reet and Veno, so the pickup was successful, and into the box they go. 224 points here, so these early elims are so important. This is how basically Cold and Rapid won the last qualifier. It was based off of them finding really smooth momentum in the late rounds, basically farming up a bunch of points there. But it seems like things slow down a bit here. They still have ults in sight.
Yeah, it just seems like they're primarily focusing on all the contested fights, seeing if they could steal one elim here, maybe a wipe there, but they're the ones getting lurked on now. Carbone and Evan ready to try to make a play. 4 teams here at one point or another. We are down to just 2, and only Veno and Reet have any idea, or I should say they don't have any idea that this team is here lurking around. Missed shot onto Reed. That was an opportunity that you don't get every day, but the Storm, the damage is already there. The HP being dwindled. Evan has to try to separate himself so that way he can use the med miss smoke, but Reed's med kit does get canceled. The consistent pressure is there. Even if he gets eliminated, it's not too much of a worry, but you don't want to go down because that go ahead and pauses the entire game plan that you have for so long until you get right back into the game.
And you saw there, Veno had all the chance in the world to back him up, but he knew, wait a second, I probably should heal here. This could be our entire tournament. As we jump on over to a quick highlight here with Eshu and Dozer, just continue to find that momentum, just kind of find their stride here in the late half of the tournament. They had a moment where they were basically being stopped, right? Their plan was thwarted, but now all of a sudden they're up in the race somehow for a qualification spot. And things are just starting to develop here in game number 7 there, Jacob.
Yeah, and for you got to think Dozer and Ishu, when we were talking about teams that, you know, had a chance to qualify, had a chance with a big game here, it's much harder for them starting the game at 171 points. But if they find the right eliminations, if some of their competitors above them on the leaderboard go down early with less points than they hope, it's possible. Much harder chance, but anything is possible here. But until then, Amadi Kirsta, Bolts, and Acorn, they found him wandering around and lurking as a solo, too far away from his teammate, and that's when they pounced. They secured that elimination, and their third one of the game. Oh my, oh my.
That's a problem, and Veno gets gifted Acorn's loot there. A little fall damage, unfortunately, or the Storm, one or the other. Either way, it wasn't the part of the plan here. And Reet and Veno have continued to keep up the pressure here onto Bolts and Acorn. So unfortunate for them as they just can't quite get their footing. This little side ramp tech there is going to go in and keep them right back on the heels. You know, I'm also thinking to myself, like, I want a little update on Muzz and Sphinx, right? What all happened after Peterbot stopped pushing them? Because that's still very, very interesting as they're the leading team here, if you will.
Both hiding though. 𝐒𝐷 actually did get taken down fresh off the reboot. Peterbot, you know he's everywhere. And when you get rebooted, you don't get rebooted right above your teammate unless you're outside of the zone. And you see Bolts is not safe as can be, so 𝐒𝐷's not going to be saving the day anytime soon. It's really going to be up to him with the pressure, and he's been found out by Reet. 𝐒𝐷 possibly spawning at this time, so I do believe he's bought more than enough. It's just how can you survive? You know, 𝐒𝐷 just got down by Pollo again. Pollo's already getting the elimination cleaned up, which means both going down here means they are eliminated out of Game 7.
You know, it was a valiant effort, right? Trying to fight his way back, but just back against the vending machine there. Nothing much he can do there. And then, like you called it, when your teammate's spawning so far, he's just a target at that point. And just like that, the run ends for what I would call the favorite coming into the second qualifier. So it's going to come down now. The next time, but for Josh, for Cooper, for Curly, the people that are still in the fight here. Action going down.
Have a chance to qualify during this action. The dust is settling, 4th zone. It's not till 5th, Monster, that you really typically see teams really play a passive game plan. And this is where we're seeing 𝐒𝐷 trying to stay alive. Pollo, or say Peterbot and Pollo taking turns. Just getting elim after elim after elim. I think that we saw 6 eliminations already at this point in the game, which means in this scoreboard, Peterbot and Pollo have now moved from 4th to 3rd place, opening up that top 2 gap that is now turned into a top 4.
Yep, giving Curve and 𝐿𝐷 a little run for their positioning here. See how it all plays out in the end as Curve and 𝐿𝐷 right in between 𝐒𝐷, 𝐿𝐷. Remember, these 2 games here can flip the entire script on its head. Should any team come up short or pop off, really.
And this is where we're getting into that passive style of game. You see a launch pad just underneath for 𝐒𝐷. It's not the big and better launch pad. There's a cap distance on that launch pad, so they might not necessarily be a main focal point as 𝐿𝐷 and Curve using the shockwave, just trying to break into the box. They thought a team was there, but as they get in, they realize they've already left. And you got to think that's 𝐒𝐷. That's 𝐒𝐷 and Virgo on the other side. They left that box, but they're only 2 boxes away lurking around, so this could be a chance to catch them off guard, but there's a lot of noise being made. They give up their position, and they have to be careful. There's a few more teams towards the north. Curve, 𝐿𝐷, they're not backing down. Even though they are on the bubble right now, they are the team to beat. They're ready to risk it all for that moment.
Yeah, I was just thinking to myself, that shockwave play was a little interesting as they kind of opened themselves up to the rest of the lobby. They're blasting right back past the enemies, but all in all, they kind of get the situation back under control and off they go. They're not necessarily happy with the way that all played out, and just looking at the situation, the material count here, they are going to be desperate to try to bounce back. Let's see if they have anything extra kind of lurking about here in the area.
I would say the biggest blessing right here, not only disengaging off of that fight though, but doing exactly what you said. They're just very, very low material, especially the hard mats. They know the zone opened up there, so in theory, there's possibility of players being on that side of the map slim to none, especially with how much damage the zone is actually doing. And you see reboots turning off in one more zone after this. Once the 7th zone does appear, there's going to be no chances for players to get back into the game. And that's where you're seeing a lot of pressure, and your players are feeling that pressure, including Josh and 𝐒𝐷. They were the team inside of the bubble after last game. They went down a little bit earlier than they would hoped, and now they're putting themselves on the back foot. They're not as far away from that spot as some of the other teams, but you definitely don't want to be the team that going down early.
Look at this, Muzz, Sphinx thinking about repositioning here, and now don't want to be on the outskirts of what will be the likelihood of teams moving towards you. So they were thinking about busting a move right there, but instead they kind of slow things down. But they are still very much in the lead, although they only have a single elim right now. But look at this. Reet's by himself. No Veno in sight. He's got to stay alive for a couple more moments. The Medmiz comes down out of desperation. And this is just going to buy him a few seconds, but no, has to shockwave himself way out to the side here. And this is just trouble everywhere if I've ever seen it. He's going to be forced to med mist here and then try to jump his way into the zone. Notice he saves a little 5-tick there, trying to buy Veno a little bit of time. I think the storm should allow him to reboot here shortly, but yeah, he touches down and it's just not looking too good.
Yeah, he had to go deep into the zone, and luckily for them, it is still 6 zones, so it is only a 2-tick. Once we get into the 7th, that's when it's really going to hurt. 5-tick of damage per second that you do still in there. You see 𝐒𝐷 and 𝐒𝐔𝐁 have clutched 102 points as solos, which is impressive, right? If you look at that stat line, you're like, man, these guys got what it takes, but it's not the solo performances that have really been carrying a lot of the teams in this game. It's been sticking together. If you look at the leaderboard, phenomenal performance through and through from Cold and Rapid, 𝐒𝐷 and �sphinx. Even though �curve and 𝐾𝐈𝐿 have had some speed bumps in their road, when they go down or when they find success, it's because they're together.
Most definitely does come down to that duo dynamic. Jason 𝐴𝐻𝐿 flexing that just all day here today. Comes some big rotates now coming through. We get the little update here for 𝐾𝐈𝐿 and �curve. I was wondering if they were going to take the legendary fish with them. It seems like they are. It's always one of my favorite kind of items to see come into play. Such a rare and unique one.
Peterbot Pollo pressing on the 𝐒𝐔𝐁 and 𝐒𝐷 yet again. Pollo's actually going to solidify that elimination on the 𝐒𝐔𝐁. 𝐒𝐷's using the shockwave, trying to create distance, but the spray is still coming in, and it's never left Peterbot and Pollo. They started a fight, and they've gained the attention from everybody all around. Luckily for Pete, though, he's just hiding in the cone. Nobody's shooting up above, so he's going to get that extra second to gain information before he goes right back on, collects the loot, because he knows he's going to have to rotate soon. It's just try and do what you can to get yourself in the best position possible, and it's almost making me wonder with 𝐒𝐷 bouncing back, is he going to be out for revenge?
Yeah, I was going to say, what are you doing here? Why come back when you see exactly who it is? And this just seems more personal than anything else. To the box, he's going to try to go, see if there's any extra loot to go in and pick up here. Is the mats he was desperate for and a couple extra shields. So I guess it was definitely worth it here and now. But with 500 builds, I like this play here. Keeps a low profile now. And this is going to be tough. And this is why them as solos have been, you know, so up there when it comes to clutching, right? We just talked about that stat. They just haven't found their groove as a duo together. 𝐾𝐈𝐿 and �curve on the other side are playing excellent Fortnite here. They secure a very impactful elim.
Yeah, you see him using that mythic goldfish to just one pump the wall, essentially. And then him and �curve just switch, they pump, they spray their way the rest of the way in, and just immediately rotate on out. And because of their decision-making, the zone prior to this one, look how much open space they actually have to make it towards the zone before they reach any opposition in any box-to-box scenario. As Peterbot and Pollo, they've fought every single big team throughout the course of this tournament so far, and multiple times that led to them gaining the high ground like this. But those there in 𝐒𝐔𝐄, they're flying by for a short moment, landing good damage onto Pollo, making him hide and heal up. That means Peterbot's going to be the only one trying to pressure the lobby.
Yeah, definitely. And unfortunately, 𝐒𝐷 also fell there just in 15th, so the momentum being stopped here. We're going to need to see 2 big games if they want to qual now. Jason 𝐴𝐻𝐿 have a chance here to just really widen the gap and push themselves away from the competition. They've almost seemingly came out of nowhere on the tournament day here. They played exceptionally well. But Pollo and Peterbot are controlling the high ground. This time, different than the last round, they are being a little bit more active, a lot closer to the enemy territory, and also just putting in those shots. You can hear it continuing to fire away.
I think Cold knows, especially along with Rapid, you know, playing a year with Peterbot, you know, he tries to put matters into his own hands, control his own fate. If he's going to win or lose, it's going to be by something he did, not something he didn't do. And I think they're kind of gearing up, Cold and Rapid, to do the same thing. They get very good damage onto 𝐒𝐷 and �sphinx, and they look forward. A bunch of other teams have already beaten them on this rotation, including Josh and 𝐻𝐈𝐿𝐿, 𝐗𝐷, 𝐻𝐴𝐻𝐿. They get to the front side of the zone, but really none of that matters because we saw it in the last game. Peterbot and Pollo, if nobody looks up at them, they will smoothly sail across that finish line.
Yeah, definitely. 𝐒𝐷 and �sphinx here in the end game once again, keeping us on our toes here. 𝐒𝐷 is just back with a vengeance. Well played for him as he finds a nice little cheeky elimination underneath the brush of the tree there. Up he goes. The tracking's looking well off to the next layer, but no, it's danger up here too. And it's not looking good as he's lost �sphinx now. Down, trying to play for the reboot here. �sphinx dropping the mats here. Super important for him to do that, but no, spotted out now in the move. Still well inside the top 12. Can he buy himself a little bit more time is the real question.
Yeah, more than half of the points still left on the board in terms of placement. He's going to have to buy more than just a few seconds here as he tries to use the med miss smoke and gets peeked on by 𝐒𝐻. 𝐒𝐻 is also in the hunt. So that's not only elimination points, that's placement points as well. Solo clutches are coming out of the woodworks here. Over 5 players running around as of now as solos, 𝐒𝐻 being one of them, trying to wait to the last possible moment to rotate on out. He has that low grab effect thanks to the Flowberry Fizz, but now he's fresh out of that as well and builds. So things continue to get worse for 𝐒𝐻. He's going to need a miracle here in order to survive.
Yeah, you can argue he needed it way more than Muzz here as he's just on the heels of the top 3 now. 2 elims for him, still holding down the fort here. 9th place, Cold and Rapid. Controlling the low ground at the moment, moving around. Peterbot and Pollo just haven't stopped the pressure here. They're really making it difficult for everyone else now. And if you're on the ultimate low, you're kind of hanging out here for a second, but you're getting pushed right into the hands of Cold, and Cold is just cooking right now. He hasn't missed a single shot down low, and that's another elim for them now. And take a look at this. A box-to-box against 𝐒𝐷𝐷𝐿 and Josh here, who are also inside the end game. All of our big players are still in the mix.
Yeah, this is a moment that Josh and 𝐒𝐷𝐿 needed after going down early, not getting very many points in that last game. But our final 4 teams, said loosely because 𝐷𝐷𝐿 is the only solo left, looking to the backside of the zone. He has 9 builds left, but he has to be very, very careful how he plays this. They can instantly burn through the builds, but they're distracted. Josh and 𝐒𝐷𝐿 try to jump onto Cold and Rapid, but it doesn't work out necessarily. They continue to trade elimination for elimination. Josh, there's no time for him to get the siphon. He has to shockwave to the front. He finds his position up above. The eliminations come through, but there's still Peterbot and Pollo up above. You almost forget how easy they make it look.
And now they come now to kind of seal the deal here off to the side. I mean, just look at the eliminations, trying to work their way to a 17 bomb, but they get 16 either way. Talk about a monster game there, Jacob, for the back-to-back.
Yeah, it's almost a polar opposite. They started off qualifier 1 hot, slowly fizzled away, but still secured their spot. Now they started off hot in this one, and they're ending off so good. Peterbot and Pollo still on top. 𝐒𝐔𝐁𝐿EE, Blake, what do you think?